Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Zio Shabah, citing reports from U.S. media outlets like the New York Times and CNN, China may have already supplied or plans to supply Iran with air defense weapons in the coming weeks. Newsweek further highlighted that such weapon transfers would not only escalate regional tensions, but also trigger broader geopolitical repercussions. Specifically, the already strained U.S.-China relations impacted by ongoing trade disputes, military tensions, and the conflict in Iran could be further damaged. This development also adds significant uncertainty to U.S. President Trump's scheduled visit to China in May. Iran, facing international sanctions, has long relied on foreign assistance to maintain its weapons programs, with China and Russia frequently cited by Western officials for providing Tehran with dual-use technology and military support. However, Iranian authorities consistently deny receiving illegal weapon transfers, asserting that their military strength is derived from domestic production and research and development, and emphasizing their right to uphold national security and defense capabilities. According to NPR, Congress is set to reconvene on Monday with a substantial legislative agenda. Key items on their to-do list include securing funding for the Department of Homeland Security, addressing the renewal of Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, and deliberating on a significant appropriation of $1.5 trillion earmarked for the Department of Defense. These critical issues are expected to dominate the legislative body's focus as members return to Washington. An Ohio man, James Strawler II, has become the first person convicted under the Trump administration's Take It Down Act, a federal law criminalizing the posting of non-consensual explicit imagery, including AI-generated deepfakes, NBC News reports. The Justice Department announced that Strawler, 37, pleaded guilty to cyberstalking, producing child sexual abuse material, and publishing digital forgeries. He used AI to create explicit images and videos of both adult and minor victims, including morphing boys' faces onto other bodies for child sexual abuse material and circulating AI-generated nude images of an adult victim to her coworkers. The Take It Down Act, signed into law by President Donald Trump in May 2025 and spearheaded by then First Lady Melania Trump, requires online platforms to remove reported non-consensual material within 48 hours. The conviction highlights a growing concern, with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children reporting over 1.5 million AI-related child sexual exploitation tips in 2025. NPR reports a significant and sharp drop in drug overdose deaths across the United States. This marks a notable improvement in public health outcomes related to the opioid crisis and other drug-related fatalities. However, the article highlights a persistent and evolving challenge: the rapid emergence of new street drugs made from synthetic chemicals. Experts are closely monitoring these new substances, which complicate prevention and treatment efforts, signaling that the fight against drug abuse remains complex despite the encouraging decline in overall overdose fatalities. Xinhua.net reports that China's export sector is expected to maintain resilience amidst global energy supply shocks, a finding supported by a research report from Nomura. This resilience is attributed to the country's high degree of energy self-sufficiency and the swift expansion of new energy sources like wind, solar, and nuclear power. Nomura notes that China's electricity supply system is largely insulated from current energy turmoil due to structural factors, including significant reliance on domestically mined coal for its industrial sector and a regulated electricity system that ensures stable power access for manufacturers. Despite an earlier projection of a moderate slowdown, Nomura now identifies upside potential for China's export growth, particularly if the global energy crisis extends into the latter half of the year. The report also highlights China's robust foreign trade performance, with exports increasing by 19.2% and imports by 17.1% year-on-year in the January-February period. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.